I'm joined by former India cricketer Yajurvendra Singh and ex-Delhi cricketer Rajat Bhatia. Thank you very much for joining me on the show. Yajurvendra, the Kiwis have lost the series and seem quite uninspired without Kane Williamson. Let me bring up our tweet from Mitchell McClenaghan. He called the series meaningless. What do you have to say?
I think what you said is correct. They look a little tired after the World Cup. But this is a great opportunity for India now to try and play all the youngsters and try the combination out because after all the World Cup is coming in a year's time and one has to start trying out and experimenting with new players like they did with the bowling, Patel and both Chahar. They bowled very subtly and very well. See, what's happened in the T20 now is that you have to become unpredictable, and it's not the pace and all these sort of things that are counting now. It's how do you bamboozle a batsman, or how does the batsman take the better, make a better out of the bowler. So it's quite interesting, and this is where we can find out the talent of our youngsters. It's a great opportunity for us, but we should encash even if New Zealand is tired and are not in the right frame of mind.
Right. Rajat, coming to you, would you say a series like this is more obligatory than anything else?
Well, to be honest, I think, the way Kiwis are playing right now, the same situation happened to India when they were playing the World Cup. Because straight away after IPL, you could see our Indian team playing and we looked very tired. We looked very fatigued. So you can say that, but all these decisions being already taken before this, before the World Cup itself. So I think this series was about to happen. Yes, for few people it can be said as an obligation, but to be honest, for a few, definitely, we need to see our new captain. We need to see our new coach. We need to revive as a team, because as a team, we need to see a few people coming in. That's one of the things which is very important. And yes, we want 2 games and third match is supposed to happen, and definitely our guys are looking great. So for few people it can be, but for us it looks to be as if we are getting back on a right track.
Yajurvendra, let me ask you this, talking about the series being obligatory or not. How important is it to add context to any series we play now, because there seemed to be an overdose of cricket? Would you say without storylines, even commerces may dwindle in the future?
I think one has to be a little now careful about overfeeding people with cricket. It's especially India. It's not only apart from the players who are struggling now with so much of cricket, but even the viewers gradually will get fed up of it. If you have series like this, one after another. So, I mean, maybe commercially it makes sense, but I don't believe that. I think there has to be certain amount of gap and certain amount of interest that has to keep on. You have to have that sort of a thing that it doesn't become like an everyday thing, and that's what it is becoming. I feel sad that the cricket is now really expanding to every day of your life now. So there's somewhere, I think somebody has to be a little careful and a little subtle about how to schedule matches which are the upcoming matches, let's say.
Right. Rajat, there's a lot of talk about mental health and workload management. This is also an unknown territory for even the officials, while top players have been expressing their need to take breaks. Would you say KL Rahul or a Rishabh Pant do not need a break, or they are the ones who would be a little hesitant to approach the board because they have had as much workload as many of the top players and they haven't got a break?
I think, I always feel that, board is looking after every player, and maybe in the next series or maybe in next few games, you definitely going to see these players taking rest. Yes, there is a lot of cricket going on, but at the same time, we have to understand these bubbles are creating a kind of mental tiredness, and it's very difficult. Even as a player, I can understand how you have to just stay in your room for a few days, and then when you go for practice, it's only ground and hotel, and it's not that easy. So definitely, board is taking care of so many things. There are few players who are taking rest in this series. They might come back, and few guys are going to take rest. But we have to find the right combination. So the show must go on. That's one of the things which is very important.
The show must go on. Yajurvendra, you spoke earlier in the discussion that, it's time for India to experiment, maybe bring in those players who were a part of their bench strength. So we have picked out 3 names, expected changes tonight. Avesh Khan in place of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Rituraj Gaikwad in place of KL Rahul, and Ishan Kishan for Rishabh Pant. Do you agree with any of the changes we are suggesting?
I think, Rika, you're a good selector. I think that's working out. All 3, it will be wonderful to give them all an opportunity, because this is the right moment to do it. Later on it will become very difficult. And I think it's a great time to introduce these young players in, because even Ishan Kishan, okay, he failed in the match in the World Cup, so he needs to get back that confidence. Rituraj is a wonderful player who's done so well in the last IPL as well as in all the cricket that is taking place. So it'd be wonderful to see how he also comes through with a bowler like Bolt and all of them bowling to him. It will be a wonderful experience for him. And I think it's the right time to try these players out and maybe give Rahul a rest. Yeah.
Right. I have to close out this discussion, but before I do, Rajat, one question to you about Captain Rohit Sharma. He's a seasoned captain who has captained Mumbai Indians for many seasons, but India has now wrapped up its first T20 series win under him. What about Sharma stood out for you in this series?
See, I think everybody knew right from the start, if a guy can make Mumbai Indians win for so many times, definitely if he's going to be the captain of India, and after Virat Kohli, definitely he's one of the choices what everybody was sure upon. So I always feel that having that kind of experience was very important, and this guy is having. So I'm very sure he's going to take the India team forward. We are looking forward to the new coach also. So the combination has to work. That's one of the things which is very important, because in the past we have seen, coach and captain things, sometime it never works. But I hope this thing is going to work, and hopefully Rohit is going to be the captain for the longer period.
Well, we all hope that this combination works, not just for now, but into the future as well. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast.